Hello guys, welcome back to FC Sean Predicts. Premier League is finally back. Today we're going to be predicting Premier League match week 30. But before we do that, I just want to go over quickly our predictions for week 29 and see how good or bad we did. So as you can see, out of 8 matches that took place on week 29, we hit 7 of them right. That's 90% accuracy. As you can see, the first match, Bournemouth were hosting Brentford. Our prediction was the guests Brentford to win with the odds of 4.35. And we also predicted the correct score for that match, 1-2 for Brentford, and that's what actually happened. They won the game. We had a juicy odd there. And also our tip was both teams to score combined was over 2.5 goals. We hit our tip as well. And the following match, Ipswich were hosting Nottingham. Our prediction was Forest to win with the odds of 1.95. And the actual result was 2-4 for Nottingham. So we hit that prediction. And also our tip was both teams to score with the odds of 1.75. We hit the tip for that one. And the following match, Manchester City were hosting Brighton. Our prediction was Manchester City double chance combined was over 2.5 goals with the odds of 1.85. And the actual result was 2-2. So we hit that tip. And the following match, Southampton were hosting Wolves. Our prediction was the Wolves to win with the odds of 2.05. And the actual result was 1-2 for Wolves. So we hit that prediction, and we also predicted the correct score for Wolves 2-1. And on top of that, we also hit the tip for that game. Wolves double chance combined was under 3.5 goals, meaning 3 or less goals in the game with the odds of 1.85. So we hit that tip as well. The following match, Everton were hosting West Ham. Our tip was Everton double chance combined was over 1.5 goals, meaning 2 or more goals in the game with the odds of 1.80, and the actual result was 1-1. So we hit that tip as well. The following match, Leicester were hosting Manchester United. Our tip was Manchester United double chance combined was under 3.5 goals, meaning 3 or less goals in the game, and the actual result was 0-3 for Manchester United. So we hit our tip for that one with the odds of 1.80. And the following match, Arsenal were hosting Chelsea. Our prediction was Arsenal to win with the odds of 1.74. And the actual result was 1-0 for Arsenal. So we hit that prediction as well. And the only game that we missed was Fulham against Tottenham. Our tip was both teams to score combined over 2.5 goals, meaning 3 or more goals in the game. But unfortunately, the actual result was 2-0. I was expecting Tottenham are going to score. They only needed 1 goal to hit that tip, but they weren't able to. So yeah, that's the only game that we missed out of 8. But we still hit 7 of them right with huge odds. So I think we did a pretty good job. But still, a quick reminder, just keep in mind that the predictions and the tips are never guaranteed. And this is not a professional sports advice either. And now, without further ado, let's dive into Premier League week 30th. Let's go. First match of the week, Arsenal will be hosting Fulham, second against the 8th. Fulham are desperately trying to get into the top 5. They're only 3 points away from the 5th place Manchester City, and they'll do everything they can to qualify for next season's European competitions. And Arsenal from the other side don't look like they're catching up with Liverpool. I think they'll do their best to remain in the 2nd position and not to lose that one. In their previous outings, Arsenal were able to defeat Chelsea 1-0 at Emirates Stadium, and Fulham defeated Tottenham 2-0 at home. In reverse fixture, the team settled for a point, 1-1 draw, but the last season when Fulham visited Arsenal, that game ended 2-2 draw as well. I have to remind that Fulham have an FA Cup match coming up 3 days before this game that may somehow affect their performance in this match. I'm not going to be surprised if the Gunners are going to win this match and get all 3 points. But my score prediction for this game is 2-2 draw. And my tip is both teams to score at 2.15. On to the next one. Wolves against West Ham, 17th against the 16th. Both teams have identical records with 2 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw in their last 5 EPL matches. In their last outing, Wolves were able to defeat Southampton 2-1 in an away match. And West Ham drew against Everton 1-1. Wolves definitely try harder for these 3 points since relegation zone is not too far from them. Ipswich right below them are only 9 points away, whereas West Ham accumulated 2 times more points than Ipswich Town. And Wolves' home form doesn't look too good either, with 1 win, 3 losses, and 1 draw. Whereas West Ham's away form, they have 1 win, 2 draws, and 2 losses in their last 5. Something tells me the teams are going to settle down for a point in this game. My score prediction for this match is 1-1 draw, and my tip is both teams to score, odds 1.78. On to the next one. Nottingham Forest will be hosting Manchester United, 3rd against the 13th. Forest were able to defeat Manchester City 1-0 and Ipswich Town 4-2 in their last 2 outings, whereas Manchester United were able to defeat Real Sociedad 4-1 in a Europa League match and 3-0 Leicester in an EPL game. Nottingham Forest have an FA Cup match coming up 3 days before this game, but their home record are really impressive. They haven't lost a single game in their last 10 home games. And a quick reminder, the reverse fixture back in December ended 3-2 for Nottingham Forest. But the last time United visited Forest back in February, that was for an FA Cup match, that game ended 1-0 for Manchester United. There should be some fireworks in this game. My score prediction for this match is 2-1 for Nottingham Forest. And my tip is Forest double chance, combined with over 1.5 goals, meaning 2 or more goals in the game, odds 1.75. On to the next one. Southampton will be hosting Crystal Palace, 20th against the 12th. Crystal Palace are having a fantastic run, winning 4 out of their last 5 matches, beating the likes of Aston Villa, Fulham, and Manchester United. And also important to note, they've won 4 out of their last 5 away matches and drawing 1. And a quick reminder that the reverse fixture also ended 2-1 for Crystal Palace. And I just don't see Crystal Palace dropping points in this game. My score prediction for this match is 0-2 for Crystal Palace. And my tip is Crystal Palace to win, combined with over 1.5 goals, meaning 2 or more goals in the game, odds 1.95. On to the next one. Bournemouth will be hosting Ipswich Town, 10th against the 18th. Bournemouth have a tough FA Cup matchup coming up against Manchester City that could somehow influence their form coming up to this game. Both teams have lost their previous EPL matches. Bournemouth lost at home against Brentford and Ipswich lost to Nottingham Forest just like we predicted. The reverse fixture between these two teams ended 2-1 for Bournemouth, but 4 games prior to that all ended in a draw. So my score prediction for this match is 2-1 for Bournemouth. And since Ipswich Town failed to score only once in their last 9 games in all competitions, and also considering Bournemouth conceded 5 out of their last 6, my tip for this game is both teams to score, odds 1.80. On to the next one, very interesting game. Brighton will be hosting Aston Villa, 7th against the 9th. Brighton are in a terrific form, winning 4 out of their last 5 and drawing 1 against Manchester City 2-2 in that away match. Whereas Villa have only 2 wins in their last 5, but defeating Brentford 2-0 and also winning their Champions League match against Club Brugge 3-0. I'm expecting some fireworks in this game. Whoever lands the 3 points in this game will have a good chance to get into the European competition spots. And a quick reminder, in reverse fixture between these two teams, the game ended 2-2 draw and the team settled for a point. But the last time Aston Villa visited American Express Stadium, the game ended 1-0 for the home team Brighton. So my score prediction for this match is 2-2 draw. And my tip is Aston Villa double chance, odds 1.75. Or if you want something juicier, then Aston Villa double chance combined with over 1.5 goals, meaning 2 or more goals in the game, at 2.15. On to the next one. Newcastle will be hosting Brentford, 6 against the 11th. And a quick reminder that the Magpies defeated the Reds 2-1 in the EFL Cup final and won the cup. And that should motivate them for the rest of the season. Back to this game, Newcastle were able to defeat West Ham 1-0 in their last EPL outing, whereas Brentford defeated Bournemouth 2-1 in that away match. The reverse fixture ended 4-2 for Brentford, but Newcastle were able to get their revenge back in December in that EFL Cup match where they won 3-1. So Newcastle are super hyped up after winning the EFL Cup. Now their mission is to get back into the top 5, and I think they're going to be able to do that. My score prediction for this match is 3-0 for Newcastle. And my tip is Newcastle to win combined with over 1.5 goals, meaning 2 or more goals in the game, odds 1.85. On to the next one. Manchester City will be hosting Leicester, 5th against the 19th. Manchester City lost to Nottingham Forest 1-0 and drew against Brighton 2-2 at home, whereas Leicester lost to Chelsea 1-0 and then 3-0 to Manchester United after that. The reverse fixture ended 2-0 for Manchester City, and the last time Leicester visited Manchester City, back in 2023, that game also ended 3-1 for the home team Manchester City. Manchester City will do their best to get back into the top 3 position, and it will be a shocker if they would drop points against this Leicester City. So my score prediction for this match is 3-0 for Manchester City. There's barely any value in this game, but since Leicester failed to score in their last 6 matches, my tip for this game would be both teams to score no, odds 1.77. On to the next one, the game that I'm looking forward to. Liverpool will be hosting Everton, first against the 15th. I'm definitely watching this one. Everton are securing their Premier League position for the next season by drawing most of their games. Out of their last 7 outings, they drew 6 and won 1. Seems like it's definitely working for David Moyes' team. Liverpool from the other side were having a really bad run, getting kicked out of the Champions League by losing to PSG at home and also losing the EFL Cup final against Newcastle. Both games were such a disappointment for Liverpool fans. We definitely couldn't forget about the reverse fixture that took place back in February, where Everton scored a shocker in the 8th added minute and equalized the game. So the question in this one is, will Liverpool bounce back after getting kicked out of the Champions League and losing the EFL Cup final? Or they're going to keep dropping points? So I won't be surprised if Everton is going to pull off another draw in this game. But my score prediction for this match is 2-1 for Liverpool. And my tip for this game would consider that Everton have scored in their last 6 outings. So my tip is both teams to score at 2.05. And the last game of the week, Chelsea will be hosting Tottenham, 4th against the 14th. Both teams have only 2 wins in their last 5 EPL outings, and both lost their previous EPL matches. Chelsea were defeated by Arsenal at Emirates Stadium 1-0, and Tottenham lost at away match against Fulham 2-0. And a quick reminder that the reverse fixture was such a goal fest, which ended 4-3 for Chelsea. And the last time Spurs visited Stamford Bridge, that game ended 2-0 for the home team, Chelsea. I mean, you never know what to expect from these 2 teams. It can go either way. So my score prediction for this match is 3-2 for Chelsea. And my tip is Chelsea double chance combined with both teams to score odds 1.85. That's all, guys. That was our Premier League Match Week 30th prediction. Leave your comments and predictions in the comment section. Also put thumbs up if you liked the video. And obviously don't forget to subscribe so you're not going to miss our next releases. And bye for now.